Hello and welcome to the Monday, March 31st, 2025 edition of the SANS Internet Storm Center's Stormcast. My name is Johannes Ulrich and today I'm recording from Jacksonville, Florida. Jan on Friday looked at two different phishing sites that at first look very similar, same layout. They also use the same trick that we often see where they're including the favorite icon from a website that matches your email domain in order to make the entire site look more plausible. Both of these websites are claiming to be login screens to webmail systems, something we definitely see over and over again. What Jan really looked at, given that these two email or these two phishing sites look so similar, are they actually created by the same entity? Are they using the same phishing kit? And the answer here appears to be no, because the backend of these two phishing sites looks very different. One of them uses Telegram as a command control channel or to exfiltrate the data. The other one doesn't. It uses a more sort of generic web hook process in order to send the data off to some collection site. Both sites are hosted very differently, so definitely looks different, but similar techniques. What Jan suggests here, and he's probably right with this, he's looked at a lot of these phishing sites, that these two are derived from the same phishing kit. So they originally start out as one phishing kit, but then these phishing kits get copied, traded all the time. So basically, they split off, they evolve, and that's probably what's happening here in this particular case. Now, sticking with phishing here for the second story, Infoblox has an interesting blog, a very detailed blog actually, about what they're calling a recent Meerkat phishing kit instance. Meerkat is what Infoblox calls this phishing kit. A couple things sort of stuck out here. I mentioned earlier that the phishing kit that Jan talked about included basically your company logo based on your email domain. So for sans.edu, it included our sans.edu logo. And this either is pulled from standard sites that host logos like this, or it's just being pulled as the favorite icon from the website. Well, of course, for myself, and I would log into the SANS mail client, well, it wouldn't be a sans.edu branded one. We're using Outlook 365. Now, I'm telling you we're using Outlook 365 because that's pretty easy to discover if you're looking at our MX record for sans.edu. And that's what the phishing kit here does that Infoblox talked about. They're looking at the MX record. If it turns out that you're using Outlook 365, they will produce an Outlook 365-like login screen. So this is sort of a little bit of better customization in that sense. Another interesting part here is that in order to do the DNS lookup, they're actually using DNS over HTTPS. But they're not using sort of your browser's built-in resolver for DNS over HTTPS. Instead, they are using JavaScript to just use a fetch request to connect to the Cloudflare DNS over HTTPS server to request that response. Interesting use sort of some client-side technology to do these lookups. And lastly, one other thing, and there are many things in the blog post that this phishing kit does, but another thing I kind of liked was that they're exploiting an open redirect in DoubleClick. So the link actually is going to doubleclick.net. And then you're being redirected to the actual phishing site. Well, doubleclick.net, while I actually block them in my network because of all the advertisement user tracking being done with it, it is a very common domain and something that's often allow listed because it is so common, because it has weird URLs sort of being passed along as parameters. And so that's again something else this phishing kit uses for evasion. And Cloudflare did open source an interesting tool that they're calling OPKSSH. At least that's, I think you pronounce it. The idea of the tool is to integrate SSH logins better with existing identity providers that you may be using for web applications, in particular OpenID Connect, which of course is often used in single sign-on systems. The way the tool works is that you install a little command line tool that is OPKSSH. You use that to log in, and the way this works is when you run it, it'll open a web page, allow you to log in to your identity provider, and then you're getting back essentially the private SSH key that you're then using to log in with SSH. Have to play with it. Certainly looks interesting. Wonder if it's a little bit clumsy, sort of that entire web transition. But the problem they're really trying to solve here is, first of all, integrate SSH logins with your centralized single sign-on identity management. There are, of course, other solutions to do that. But the big problem with sort of what most people use is, and that's these static private secret keys or secret public keys that you typically have with SSH, is that, well, they're static and they usually don't change. They're hard to sort of centralize manage. There are somewhat better solutions like PGP-based solutions that are a bit more manageable here and that are, I think, pretty well integrated into existing SSH clients and servers. Either way, maybe interesting to you. Like I said, if you do want to integrate your SSH access control into your sort of central single sign-on, and if that's OpenID based or has the ability to use OpenID Connect, which they often do, then this sounds like a real interesting idea. And it's free to download and relatively easy to install. Well, and that's it for today. Thanks for listening and talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.